Hey, this is Keith at Half Tracks and Honeybees. Hope y'all are doing well today. We're going to do something a little different today. I'm going to get some of my toys out. I haven't had Bertha or Granny or the Dad's Jeep out for a couple of weeks. So we're going to fire everything up and back it out and do a little quick walk around and see how they're doing. So I hope y'all enjoy this. Well, we're in Bertha now. Y'all can kind of see the view from inside. So we're going to fire her up. Like I said, she hadn't been cranked in a couple of weeks. So we're going to have to choke her a bit. And she won't fire right back up. It'll take just a little bit. There she goes. Ease off on the choke. Pull the throttle out a little bit. Good oil pressure. Turning about 1200 RPMs. Purring like a kitten. Make sure the brake's off. Put her in reverse. Here we go. Ease off on the throttle a little bit. About 1,000 RPMs. Looking pretty good. We'll let her warm up for just a little bit. We'll go ahead and fire Granny up now. Well, here we are in Granny, and she hadn't been fired up for probably 3 weeks. So the carburetor's probably out of gas. I'll have to get gas up to the carb, so it'll have to turn over a little bit. Now, she don't have a choke on her. That would help, but she ain't got one. So here we go. Now gas is getting pumped up to the carburetor. It should be getting there. We'll let the starter rest just a little bit. Okay. She should fire up. Okay, now we're getting some gas. Now she's going to be a little bit louder than the half track. Told ya. Yeah, Granny's just a little bit rowdy. Good oil pressure. How many of y'all know what that is? Bet you old timers do. And it still works too. emergency brake. Now she'll have to warm up just a little bit before she'll idle. Told you so. I'm not going to bore y'all with sitting here letting her idle. I'll be right back. Okay, well, we got Granny idling now. She ain't quite warmed up, but she will idle. Now, she's a 1964 Ford Fairlane. Got a nice little hot rodded 289 I built and put in her. Then Bertha's over here just purring away. You can't even hear her with Granny running. But she's running. You just barely hear her. I tell folks she's quiet so you can sneak up on the bad guys. But Bertha's funny. She's got a big old long stroke. 386 cubic inch flathead, runs on gas. Look where she's idling. About 400 RPMs. Look how smooth it is. Yeah, they're a pretty nice pair, a 64 and a 41. Yeah, this is what 400 RPMs look like on a big old flathead. Purring like a kid. And then there's Granny. She's idling right at 1,000, a little bit less. She's not quite as subdued as Bertha is. Sounds pretty good though, don't she? Came from Alexander Ford. It's supposed to say Jasper, Alabama. The J's gone. Not really sure where it went. She was bought by a lady new back in '64 who kept her until she passed away. Then she came up to North Carolina and I bought her out of Greenville. So she was actually a one owner. She was in pretty rough shape. But now she's a lot of fun. Well, we'll let these sit here and warm up for a little bit, and then we'll go down and fire the Jeep up. So stay tuned. Okay, now we're going to crank the Jeep, just like the other vehicles that hadn't been cranked in a couple, 3 weeks. So we've got a big 3-speed here. Got to turn it on, pull out the choke, and it'll have to turn over a few times to get gas back in the carburetor. Pump it up to the carb. Let it rest a little bit. There we go. And you notice I was sticking my foot up under the dash. There's a starter button right there that you have to push. That makes the mechanical connection to the Bendix to the gear on the flywheel. It also makes the electrical connection to run the starter. Pretty simple. Put on the parking brake. We're in neutral. Purrs like a kitten. Sounds like a sewing machine. Making all that nice mechanical lifter noise. Notice the spark plug wires screw on. All the electrical connections are screw-on connections. On the spark plug wire end, they screw on too. This thing is made so you can ford a river. If everything's like it should be, you can put the engine underwater and drive. It's got this little plate over here on the side you can take out. You take that off, and that's where you run your snorkel out, going to your air cleaner. Snorkel will run out right here and up the side, then up the windshield, so you can get air into the engine. Then you put an extension on the exhaust pipe, same thing, get the exhaust pipe above the water, and she can cross a river. You don't get stuck. But this is Dad's Jeep, 55 M38A1. Nice and simple. Well, that's pretty much it. We've cranked Granny and Bertha and now Dad's Jeep. Let them warm up good, get them ready for all the events we got coming up next month in April. We've got several things. We'll be taking the Jeep and the Fairlane and the half track too. Let people climb on board and touch a little bit of history. I really enjoy doing that. I'll put some links in the description below to some more in-depth videos about these three vehicles if you're interested. And there'll also be some links at the very end. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the like button. Subscribe if you like the craziness of my channel. We definitely have a lot of variety. And please make sure you always take time to enjoy the buzz. And we will catch y'all later. Take care.